So one of the questions I get most often from clients is, what type of publications or media I personally read. And to be honest, I actually read a little bit of everything. It's important for us to understand different clients, their viewpoints, their perspective, and where they're coming from so that we can better serve their needs. And we came across a pretty cool chart that basically kind of outlines for us, the media bias chart from a political standpoint. So in today's media landscape, we feel it's crucial to understand that where your news is coming from. News outlets can obviously have varying degrees of political bias, which will influence their reporting. So I thought, let's just spend a few minutes to kind of just explore this spectrum. So the far left often emphasizes social justice, economic equality, and progressive policies. The center typically will aim for more balanced reporting and moderate viewpoints. And then the right and the far right will typically focus on traditional values, conservative policies, and limited government. Some things to consider. It is very, very important to note that these are broad generalizations and individual outlets can vary. Also, we have to take into account the reliability of the information and is it separate from their bias. So for example, outlets like MSNBC or certain online publications are obviously perceived as leaning left. Outlets like the Associated Press and Reuters strive for more of an objective reporting. They're a little bit more centrist. And then, outlets like Fox News, are often perceived as leaning right. So, and then outlets that are either, very, very far left or very, very far right, they typically contain more opinion than factual reporting. So, also keep that in mind that the further we move to the outside, it becomes less news and more opinions. So basically, in a nutshell, the media landscape is always changing. It's important to always stay informed. And, we recommend to all our clients just be responsible news consumers. And some simple tips that we would recommend is seek diverse sources. Try and get different opinions so that way you have more perspective to formulate your own opinion. Just don't rely on one single outlet. Always check for factual reporting, look for evidence and credible sources. And then the most important one that we like to remind everyone is just be very aware of opinion versus news. Try your best to distinguish between analysis and factual reporting because we think that this is probably the most important tip that we can give. So hope this kind of helps. I know this video is just a little bit on the outside of what we would normally do, but it is a question that comes up very regularly is what it is that I read personally. And like I said from the very beginning, I read a little bit from all these columns and from there, I formulate my own opinions. Hope all is well.